In our last session, we read a letter from a man who hates Christmas because, 1, his wife turns it into a compulsive experience, 2, because the shopping begins in January, 3, because she worries about getting the right gift for everybody, and 4, because she spends way too much money. I explained that a great number of us use the buying and receiving of gifts as a substitute for real love. And when we do that, it sets up a terrible situation. So, back to the writer of the letter. When people expect gifts from us, for example, if we do give them a gift, only 2 outcomes are possible. They can briefly be satisfied with us in a superficial way because we satisfied their demand, which never feels like real love, or they can be enormously disappointed if we don't give them what they expected. That's awful. Nobody wins in that situation. They don't feel loved, and we don't feel very good either, because their demands and disappointment prove without doubt that they don't really care about us and our happiness. If they really cared about us, it would not matter what we gave them. The cool thing is, you do not have to be a slave to these demands. First, let's talk about your Christmas shopping, and then we'll get to your wife. Make your own choice about giving presents. You may still choose to give gifts to some people, but do not give them because you fear what they'll do if you don't give them. If you give gifts from a sense of obligation, in effect, you become a hostage to the people who have these expectations of you. And that's a terrible way to live. Your wife is a hostage to Christmas shopping. She has to go shopping. She has to get the right gift for people. There is so much obligation and duty associated with it. And something is wrong with that picture. Please understand that I'm not telling you what to do about Christmas. That would be as wrong as people expecting gifts from you. I'm only describing a possible solution to your frustration about the season. So, what will happen if you simply don't give gifts to people who have traditionally expected them? Well, many people won't care a bit. In fact, they'll be relieved because your gifts always made them feel obligated to give you something in return. Some other people will be disappointed or irritated, especially if they gave you a gift. But then, what have you really lost? The people who become angry will only prove that they're not really your friends. They're not unconditionally loving friends, anyway. They'll be demonstrating that they've just been trading imitation love with you. And come on, how big a loss is that? You might make this easier on people if you simply tell them about it ahead of time. You could explain that all the shopping has begun to interfere with your enjoyment of the season. You could tell them that you don't expect anything from them either, but that you're not telling them what to do. So, that's about you and your shopping. What about your wife? We'll talk about that in our next session.